Hello everybody, Low Tier for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video, a late night video at that, and it will be going up late at night because I have tried recording this something like 10 times and I give up. Whatever I record here is what's going up on YouTube. Anyways, so, it's happening. It finally is happening. After what feels like just forever, Chaotic is finally coming back. It's finally coming back, guys, in some way, shape, or form. We don't know anything here. I mean, it says Chaotic Trading Card Game, obviously, but this is the original website. It has gotten its first facelift and update since when it was put into standby mode with the thank you for playing message all those years ago. And not only do we have the splash art here, but we also have a countdown. For me, this is going to be about 5 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon. And I'm going to do my darndest to try to record my live reaction. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream. I'm probably just going to record myself reacting to whatever is going to happen when this website goes live. Again, I am just dumbfounded. Today at work, okay, so I work 2 jobs. I'm working 7 days a week, and it's so hard for me to sit down and record. I'm just so busy, so tired. But today at work, just after lunch, I got a notification from Discord on one of the Chaotic Discord channels I follow, and somebody was like, hey, site's been updated. I'm like, what? So I go and check it, and sure enough, this is what I see. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's a prank. Maybe it's a fake one, because it doesn't have the www. I don't know. Something must be wrong. And then, a few hours later, I see this. So this is Brian Gannon's Instagram. He doesn't have a Twitter anymore. He used to. It got hacked. One of the only times I've talked to the man was when was when I saw his Twitter was hacked. I'm like, well, who the heck is this? And I look and I see, oh, I've messaged this person. I'm like, oh, it's Gannon. So I messaged him on Twitter on here, and he's like, oh yeah, I gave up on that. Something happened. I got hacked. So I feel bad for him. If you want to follow him, he's pretty much just on Instagram. Don't pester him too much about Chaotic. I'm sure we're going to have an official Chaotic social media. As you can see, he mostly posts his family and stuff. Every now and then he'll post Chaotic stuff, but he usually just keeps to commenting and liking people's Chaotic content. Anyways, he does, however, like to tease us. He came out, he posted this. There's a licensing show going on, which makes sense. I believe the one where A-Game went to go and interview him all those years ago was at around this time, if my memory is correct. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. I don't remember. But he's at another licensing show. He's got Chaotic there. And as you can see, this is the Fire and Stone Maxor art, which we never got. Which, again, really sucks. But it's cool seeing it here. And then the big thing that sticks out to me is Q4 2026 Chaotic Trading Card Game. Q4, if you don't know what that means, because it is, it's easy to kind of figure, but just in case if you don't know, Q4 in the business world means quarter 4, which is talking about in the calendar, and the business calendar, it's the 4th quarter of the business calendar for the year 2026. This means October through December, roughly. And so that means, if this is to go by what this is saying here on this teaser, Chaotic is coming back in some way, shape, or form this year, sometime in quarter 4, so October through December. And that's, for one thing, talk about a hell of a turnaround. We're almost halfway through the year, and you're announcing that, hey, you're bringing the game back the same year. I kind of feel like we need more time to get people hyped, but at the same time, I also know in this day and age, you got to be quick. So, quarter 4. Sorry, by the way, if I sound stuffy or if I have to, blow through my nose hard here and there. My allergies are killing me. But quarter 4. By the way, if you're wondering about this QR code, it just takes you to the website. But anyways, yeah, it looks like Chaotic's coming back. Now, it doesn't get its own booth. It's in the Panini booth. I've never heard of Panini. I had to Google them. They're a sports card, trading card company. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in sports and sports cards and stuff, but they are a predominantly sports card company and memorabilia in general. But they seem to be the backers behind Chaotic, alongside, of course, Epic Story Media, who owns the licensing. These guys are probably going to be the printers, probably going to be the distributors in some way, shape, or form. I know nothing about them. I perused the website, couldn't find anything. I'm like, oh, facts, and it's just like, oh, how does a set work and stuff. Like, okay, what kind of cards can you get, all that stuff. That's interesting, cool, I guess, maybe for people who don't know anything about trading cards, but it's not what I was hoping to see. Anyway, so what else is going on? This is it for now. We will have whatever is going to be announced tomorrow at 5. I will be here on YouTube, either live streaming or just recording myself and posting it. By the way, if you're watching this tomorrow, which is going to be the 20th, I mean, it goes live at 5 o'clock p.m. on the 20th. I get off of work at 4. It's hard for me to get home by 5, but I'm gonna make a mad dash home, and hopefully, I'm just so excited. I have nothing but high hopes for this. I believe Chaotic as an IP is very strong, in terms of like what it has potential for. It has a very strong story, characters, all that stuff. The gameplay is great. I was at locals tonight and playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I used a Chaotic card, Blazitan, as my field center, and I had people asking me about it all over. And I am just so hopeful. Could they flub it? Of course. Nothing's guaranteed. You know, I'm hoping this is a physical card game. It could just be purely digital. If it's purely digital, that'll be interesting to see how they go about it. I'm hoping that it's going to be physical in some way, shape, or form. I want to physically own the cards. I'm not the biggest fan of digital only. You know, like, I play on Arena every now and then, but at least if I really wanted to invest into Magic and played it in IRL, I could. Same with Pokemon and Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Heck, Shadowverse, which is a card game I need to get around to checking out. I really want to. Started out as a digital-only game and now has a physical version. I don't know how well it's doing. Nobody in my area plays it, at least. But I digress. I want to see physical. I want to be able to play it physically. I want to be able to sit down and play with friends. And, you know, if it's digital at first and then gets a physical release later, I'm fine with that too. I'll be fine with it just being digital only. I would prefer physical, but if it's digital only and that's how they got to do it to bring the game back, I'm fine as long as I get to play my favorite card game ever once again. Something I actually just noticed, this Chaotic logo here has been updated. This is much sleeker and more flat than the original Chaotic logo. Don't know how to really say it other than that. If you just were to put them side by side, it just looks different. I could be wrong, but it just looks really different. But anyways, other hopes, in terms of cards and everything, like what's going to be legal, if they want to truly honor the original cards, they need to re-release them. Even if it's just with different artwork or something, they need to re-release them. Maxor, the original Maxor, is a $100 card now. Protector of Params, of course, over $300. Same thing with Chaos the Fierce. Ursus is like an $800 card. All the classics are just bought up, bought out, and gone. And God help you if you want anything sealed. Even stuff like Zenith of the Hive is like hard to come by now. As bad as Zenith of the Hive was. They need to reprint these sets. They need to reprint these cards. And heck, maybe even update them, make them better, learn from the mistakes of the past, make Tang of Toborn, the original one, playable, with an actual playable amount of health, stuff like that. Other things I'd be hopeful for, I'd hope for maybe full arts, special rarities, Since the fan base is older, maybe they want to try to target a older target demographic. I don't know. I don't know what that would really look like. They don't have to worry about 4 kids anymore, so maybe we can have Namael. I think that's who was the. Which one was it? No, it was the. It was the Danian with all 4 elements that was going to get him out in fire and stone. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but in his artwork, there was 2 versions. One where he's drowning a guy, and then another where he's holding his head above the water. Because the originally were showing him suffocating a guy under the water, and then 4 Kids was like, tone it back. So maybe we could get some more, because like not being held back by 4 Kids, the stories could get more intricate. The characters could get deeper and all that. Of course, you also have other things, like maybe they could do a bit of fan service. I don't think it's necessary for Chaotic. Granted, I mean, no one's going to complain about interests. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're still going to target it for kids and teens. But they could. There's a lot of potential there to even for an older target demographic, especially with the morally gray story and everything of the war and how all sides have their pros and cons and everything. Always one of my favorite parts of being able to tell all sides of the conflict. And they could just do so much more of that too. I really hope they expand on the story some way. Even if it's just like a weekly blog or even a monthly blog. Grand Archive does this where you can go and read stories written out of the lore and everything and learn about the characters that way, because obviously they can't afford a TV show. And I doubt Chaotic's going to be able to afford a TV show. At least out the gate. Maybe one day they can get a TV show going again or something like that. But I doubt they have the I doubt they have the monetary backing enough to make a TV show. I know the TV show's airing. The original TV show was airing on a Canadian network for a little bit, about a year or 2 ago, maybe longer. I can't remember. And of course, all the original show is on YouTube now, official at that. So I'm excited. One other thing I just want to make mention. This is my main channel, but it boggles my mind that it has been 9 years since I made this original. It's almost 10 years this year. It'll be 10 years this year since I made this original video of what is Chaotic, what happened to Chaotic. God, I was 20. I thought I was younger. I really thought I was like in high school when I made this video. I was not. I was in college. What the hell? Time flies. Where has the time gone? I still remember making this video. I was at my dad's house. I used freaking Windows Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker to make this. Not the actual recording, but I wanted to like add in the show's intro. And I'd never done editing before, so I had to learn something, so I just used what was on my computer at the time. That just brings me back. And I hope beyond hope that Chaotic succeeds. And I'm going to be showing this game so hard. I'm going to be showing it. I'm going to be playing it. I already want to get back into making videos on a consistent basis. I've got several Grand Archive videos in the ready. I've got several Yu-Gi-Oh videos in the ready for my main channel. I've just got to sit down and edit them and actually like make them look nice and everything. I finally got lighting figured out in my room and everything. It just comes down to finding the time and energy to record, because I really don't. Like, I got to be up at 5 in the morning. So I gotta cut this one down. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow, later on today, whenever you're watching this. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And yeah, I know it's kind of cringy to actually say it out loud, but let's get Chaotic. I'm excited. I can't remember the last time I was this happy and excited and God, please don't screw this up. I'm just so worried. There's so much fear, but so much excitement too. Because I know this game can do it. I know it can. I know it can. I have every belief in my gut saying that this game can. But at the same time, I can't help but look at the current market and everything. Just as a side tangent, one last time before I go here. Chaotic did not die due to a lawsuit like I and a lot of other people thought originally. That's even what I said in my original video, where I'm like, oh, it died due to a lawsuit. No, it did not. A developer revealed a while back it was actually largely in part due to the 2008 recession and the card game market just popping back then. For those who don't remember, there was a card game for everything. There was a Harry Potter card game, there was a Star Wars card game, there was, of course, the second or third Digimon card game back then. There was, of course, the big three. There was a card game for everything. Neopets, everything. You could name it, and then on top of that, there was all these original ones, like Huntrix, I think is what it was called. Stuff like that. You had Bakugan coming out, all that. And yeah, between the 2008 recession and all of those games failing all at once, there was a lot of market lost, there was a lot of investors lost, all that stuff. And I look at right now, we're honestly, I'm going to say we're probably in a recession, even though they refuse to acknowledge it, although, I don't know, we could go into one truly anytime, and then on top of that, we're in another card game bubble. Like honestly, we have the big three, of course, but then we have, funnily enough, Star Wars Neopets. There is a Neopets card game I only found out recently because Target stocks it now to make up all the holes for the Pokemon being gone. Of course, you've got Pokemon, Magic, all the big ones. And then you got Grand Archive, Digimon, all the other Bandai games like One Piece, Gundam, yada yada. And then you got Godzilla, Universes, so many more. Hearthstone, Riftbound, I already said One Piece, White Swords, I don't even remember all the others. And I think we're probably going to see that bubble burst eventually. Of course, then you also got all the scalpers and everything running around, and that's something that Chaotic, you guys are going to have to be really careful about, because Digimon, One Piece, and a few other card games, Grand Archive to an extent, they had a lot of issues with scalpers early on, and with how everybody's going to be eyeing Chaotic, it will not surprise me one bit if Chaotic gets scalped too, at least even initially, and that can very much hamper it coming back, and that worries me. So if we are getting a physical card game and it's not just digital, that is something they are going to have to watch out for. Here's hoping. Anyways, I could ramble on for hours and hours. I'm going to stop here and get this video uploaded, and then bid for me, work tomorrow, and then see you all tomorrow after that. Rate, comment, subscribe, and peace out. Goodbye. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider rating, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. It all goes a long way to helping out me and my channel. And also, if you do, please consider following me on social media, as well as also checking out my other channels. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.